everyone, I'm Jonathan Shaw, founder of Decoding Pain and creator of the DTO system. And in this video, I want to share with you a story about how I helped a guy solve bronchitis. Now, I know that I don't talk about flus and infections very much. In fact, I don't think I ever have so far talked about them. But today is me kind of coming out of the closet, so to speak. In the past, all I've really spoken about is chronic pain, anxiety and depression. But I've also treated quite a few viruses, flus, infections and things like that. I've treated everything from the common cold all the way up to chickenpox. And I know that sounds impossible. I know that sounds completely outside the box. If you're just used to thinking about medicine, that medicine can only treat something, you'll probably think that's completely impossible. I have the latest testimony on my website, who I sold a chickenpox for her, and we've resolved it in about 48 hours, which again is impossible according to traditional medicine. So I'm able to solve different types of flus and viruses and infections that aren't going traditionally. And I recently solved a guy's bronchitis for him. And the reason I'm telling you this story is because I saw him recently and he told me something very interesting which I want to share with you guys. So this guy came to me about a year ago. It was the beginning of 2018, in fact, with chronic bronchitis. He'd had it for about a year at this point, and it was coming and going, and it didn't seem to get any better. In fact, it was kind of getting a bit worse, and he was kind of worried about it. And the traditional route, the medicine, wasn't working. He'd had it for over a year, it just wasn't shifting. So he got referred to me. And now this guy is kind of an open guy, but he was kind of skeptical because, you know, I'm not a doctor and blah, blah, blah. And people think that you need a doctor to solve flus and viruses and you have to take a pill, all of that. And so he came to me, he wanted to get rid of it, but he was skeptical. So when I sat him down and told him what was causing the bronchitis, again, he was skeptical. So for those of you who don't know, the way I would treat a bronchitis or a fluid infection is I would find the biological stress that had created it. I don't mean mental emotional stress, I mean a biological stress. And the biological stress of a bronchitis is a territory issue. What I mean by that is something or someone has come into your territory. They've either invaded it, or they're threatening to take it away, or they're attacking your territory in some way. And when I say territory, it could be your work, could be your home life. In this particular case, it was the guy's business partner. And this guy's business partner was causing a problem within the business. And it was affecting his territory. Very, very simple. Very, really simple. And he kind of had three business partners. And one of them was okay, but the other one was a problem. He wasn't pulling his weight. He wasn't doing the work he should be doing. And for him, the results he was getting back, what he was getting out of it, he wasn't putting enough in to get out of what they were getting. And this was unfair to my clients, and in his mind, this guy was pulling him down. But he felt very loyal to him. He felt like he should keep him on board because he brought in clients sometimes and he had good contacts and all of this stuff. So he thought that it was a good idea. But unfortunately, he knew deep down it wasn't right, and it was affecting his territory, so it hit his bronchi and it affected him and came out in a bronchitis. As we started to resolve this conflict, as we started to clear how he felt and the thoughts and the biological response about it, the bronchitis gradually started to go away. And over a few months, it gradually went away and disappeared. He took action. He got rid of the person he was working with, the colleague, and he basically resolved it environmentally and internally. And the bronchitis went away. We then went on to work on other things. Once he got rid of that, he was keen to do other things. And we were working together throughout the year for different problems. But I saw him just after Christmas. And he said to me, I was sitting outside. Now, it was fairly cold between Christmas and New Year. And he was sitting outside and he felt his bronchitis come back. And for a brief minute, he said to himself, oh, it's the cold. And he went, oh no. It's because I'm with my old business partner. He was sitting down talking to the person that had created the problem in the first place, and he hadn't seen him for months since he resolved the conflict and moved him away from the business. This is the first time he'd seen him again, and as soon as he saw him again, that brief interaction kind of brought it back just a little bit. because there was still one little piece that this guy needed to do, because that guy, he'd kind of removed him from the business, but he was still in it ever so slightly, because this guy felt a little bit guilty about completely getting rid of him. And so he knew there was this one piece left to do, that he needed to get rid of him completely, move him out of the business, and then everything would be fine. But once he realised that, he was like, and he came and told me a story when he bumped into me. He was so gobsmacked, and he finally got it. Even though we'd cleared it, he still didn't quite get it in his head. Even though I'd cleared it for him and it went away, when that happened, his immediate thought was, oh, it's the weather. And then he realised he's talking to his business partner. And as soon as he left talking to his business partner, his bronchitis disappeared again. It completely vanished. He's now taken the action, and that person is, I believe, is no longer in the company, so it will completely heal up now. So I'm telling you that story because I think it's amazing. I think it's fascinating how our bodies work. And a lot of people don't know that flus, viruses, infections, colds are caused by those things. They think that you've caught it, you have to go and get medication, or you have to rest. And a lot of people get stuck with them sometimes. So if your flu and cold and virus is healed naturally and normally, that's fine, carry on. If it hasn't, then there's a reason for it. If you're stuck with a virus or a cold or an infection, then there's a reason why you're stuck. This guy was stuck, and it's because of his business partner. Once we resolved that, it disappeared. But he didn't totally get it until he sat down with him again months later and felt it come back very slightly. So I'm telling you this because I want you to understand how your body works. I don't want you suffering. I see so many people with viruses, flus, colds, infections that don't heal. And I want you to understand that you can get rid of them much quicker. You don't have to suffer. You don't have to be laid up in bed. You can resolve it really quickly by resolving the biological response. And in the case of all viruses and flus and infections, they are all territory issues. Things where our territory has been invaded. And all I do is I change that, and it goes away. I could tell you countless stories of people with flus, colds that I've resolved very, very quickly in the past. Everything, and even bladder infections, and as I say, all the way through to chickenpox. But I'll save that for another video. If you have any questions about that, then please feel free to contact me, jonathan@decodingpain.com. And if you'd like any help with any problem that you're suffering, either with an infection or a virus, or with just a general stress that you're going through, you want to release the stress, or pain, or anxiety, or depression, then just contact me, email me, jonathan@decodingpain.com, or give me a call if you're in the UK, and I'll be happy to help you resolve your problem as well. Until next time, stay healthy, stay happy, keep smiling, and I'll see you on another video.